everyone, and welcome to week 5 of the 8 Essential Steps to Financial Success. This week, we're going to focus on the great finish, meaning the blow dry. So, when you start to do your blow dry, you want to talk with your client about what tools you're going to use, what setting you're going to have your blow dryer on. Show them that if their blow dryer has a cool button, what that cool button does. If you're going to be pulling products to put into their hair, put them into their hands. After you show them how much of the product you're using, hand them that product so they can actually look at it. So sometimes putting the product into their hands will actually help them actually hold it. Sometimes they'll actually put a little in their hands and spell it themselves. Also, too, what steps you're putting everything in. So then when they get home, they know what order they're going to be putting these products into their hair as they start their blowout at home. A lot of times, too, when it comes to a blowout, I honestly, going back to the dry consultation, I take into effect or into consideration what or how they're doing their hair at home. So if they're not going to take the time to blow out their hair with a round brush before they use a hot tool, I will blow dry their hair just like they would at home. But at the same time, too, I will show them how product will help them achieve their look if they're just going to straight blow dry it. Also, too, if I am doing a complete blowout for somebody, I will show them how I'm sectioning the hair, what type of clips I'm using. I basically break it down as if they've never blown out their hair before. Same with the brushes. A lot of times we use many different brushes, from our wet brushes to our round brushes. If we're using a boar bristle brush, if we're using a vent brush, and I let them know what type of brush I'm using. I break down the brush for them, why I'm using a boar bristle brush when the hair is dry as opposed to when I'm using a different brush when it's wet. Because a lot of times, too, they already have these tools at home and they simply just don't know what they are. Or there are tools out there for them that they just aren't simply aware of. And again, it's our job as the professional to educate them on why they need a tool like this or how it's going to help them with their styling at home as well. With your blowouts as well, you need to be practicing blow drying and finishing the hair, because this is going to seal the deal on the finished look of their hair. A lot of times, too, I will like to practice my blowouts. I'm not even opposed to you bringing people in or even going out and finding someone who's willing to come in and just receive a blowout so you can practice your tools, to using products that you may not use every day behind the chair. I know we all have products and we kind of get stuck in a rut of using the same products all the time. So there are times that I'll take the time to really pick up a product that I haven't used in a while. Again, I'll read it just like I'm picking it up for the first time and really play with it, start to cocktail it with other products, just so I can start to introduce new products to myself. And also, with the weather changing, when seasons change, a lot of times we don't need a dehumectant and we need to start looking at something that's more hydrating and nourishing to the hair. So these are other factors that, when it comes to the great finish, I'm going to be using something a little more hydrating today because I know at home we're going to be starting to turn on our heat, and a dry artificial heat isn't so good for our hair and our skin. So just educating your client on different scenarios. If they're going on vacation, if they're going swimming in a pool, I would recommend this product to be in your hair to protect it from the environment and things like that. These are all things sometimes that people just simply don't think about, but we have all these great tools to be offering someone, and it shows to your education and your knowledge. And even if they don't buy it, they might come back and be like, oh yeah, I remember you saying that if I use the urgent repair treatment in my hair before I get in the pool, it'll help prevent it from drying out, because they could go get in a pool and then realize that their hair is drying out from the chlorine. So this is why it's important to really tell them why you're putting stuff into the hair before you actually blow it dry. Also too, if you're doing a curly hair client, curly hair is so hot right now, and I'm embracing the fact that I don't have to blow out these beautiful curls to make them straight. So educating your client too on what a diffuser is. A lot of times people have a diffuser at home and they've never even used it before, but yet they have these beautiful curls. And just playing with the product as well. You can always use mannequins to really get a nice polished look. After you do the blow dry, sometimes you will find that you have to go back in and cut some certain areas, and that's okay too. That's part of your great finish as well. Making sure that your client is walking out with a nice precision cut and not leaving hair around the ears, or when you're doing a stacked cut, sometimes you'll get those hair around the ears and the side of the neck here that will tend to, get caught on the cape and things like that, because that's your walking business card. So always take the time to make sure that the cut is exactly what they want and what you want, before you even spin them around to show them what it looks like and everything. So this week, for week 5, we're going to be practicing our great finishes. Thanks, guys.